Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Pole Father. It only takes one. We are back. I hope everyone's having a great day. This is gonna be a really cool video. Something I think that has not been pointed out or discovered yet, and I think we're the first ones to do this, guys. So I'm gonna roll right into the video. So Prize Pack One, and Prize Pack Series Two. Big advocate on it. I recently purchased. My cousin and I we purchased Prize Pack Series One packs and Prize Pack Series Two packs. To be honest with you guys, other than the Gengar VMAX and the Charizard V Star, I really didn't know too many cards in Prize Pack Series 2. Needless to say, honestly I just had no idea about this, but it actually has the exact same EV evolutions in Prize Pack Series 1. And with it being in the year of the EV, I decided to invest and actually buy a case of Prize Pack Series 2. Now, some of those packs were open, and the main thing was while these EV evolutions are hot, how can I get myself some hands on these Stance Prize Pack EV Evolutions? Let's buy some ones and twos, right? So needless to say, Prize Pack Series 2 actually is going for a little bit more. Maybe because of the Gengar VMAX that's up in price right now, but that's what's going on. They're actually worth about, as of now, $5 or $6 more per pack. Now, needless to say, and did not know this until now, there is obviously a lot of similar cards that are printed in one and in two, Prize Pack Series 1 and Prize Pack Series 2. A lot of trainer cards, a lot of regular holo cards, and also the EV evolutions. So, one thing was we noticed there is a difference to tell which one is from Prize Pack Series 1 and which one is from Prize Pack Series 2. This is very, very important because if you are a set collector, you need to understand this difference. It is as significant as the difference between base set and shadowless. There's a difference, it's there, it's visible, but as a set collector, you need to know making sure your cards are from this set and there's ones from this set. The scary thing is, I don't even think PSA or CGC or Beckett or TAG even know about this difference. I think I'm actually the first one to actually discover this and point it out because it really took a couple minutes to kind of figure out to see if there was actually a distinct difference. And there is. It's as small and as significant, like I said, between base set and shadowless, but there is a difference here. So, does that determine the difference of which set will become more popular? I thought the same thing. Hey, it's modern, Prize Pack Series 1, Prize Pack Series 2, the cards are the same. They should look exactly the same. Wrong. There's actually a difference, and we're going to roll into it right here. So, I'm going to start very simple first, and we'll do another example. So, first one here we have is a simple level ball, okay? One is from Prize Pack Series 1, one is from Prize Pack Series 2, and I'll explain how. So you look at the actual card, right? Level ball, the same. All the artwork, everything, the stamp is exactly the same. The font, everything's the same. The one distinct difference that you can tell if it's from Prize Pack Series 1 or Prize Pack Series 2 is this. If you look at the very, very bottom, and I'll hold this way so it makes sense, okay? If you look at the very, very bottom here, okay? You see where it says 2021 Pokemon Nintendo creatures, all that stuff. Prize Pack Series 1, the font, I'm going to emphasize this, the font is more smudged and a little more difficult to read. Prize Pack Series 2, the font is more fine and easier to read, okay? So I'm going to hold you up the difference right here. You notice how in Prize Pack Series 2, the font is a little more faint, but it's more clear and crisp, okay? I'll get right about there. But notice in Prize Pack Series 1, it's more darker and more smudged up. Now, these look almost exactly identical, but there is a difference. I can't tell you enough. When you hold these in your hand, you can see the difference between the font. Notice how it's more fine on the bottom, Prize Pack Series 2, and more smudgy at the top for Prize Pack Series 1. To use a better example, okay? This is actually a little challenging to see which is which. But we were actually very fortunate today to pull a Sylveon V from 1 and 2 today, and we sure enough lined up the difference, and we noticed that there was a difference. So I'm taking them out of the sleeve. Same thing, everything's exactly the same, okay? And notice this right here. Notice how the font for Prize Pack Series 2 is way more the acrylic fine print. It's much simpler and easier to read than it is to Prize Pack Series 1. Prize Pack Series 1, look, I have to get it close to even make it seem like it's somewhat comparable. But if you actually look at it just like right at this angle right here, you'll notice Prize Pack Series 1, the font is more smudgy and a little more difficult to read. But that is the difference right there. And once you actually hold a Series 1 and Series 2 card that are exactly the same in your hands, you will be able to notice the difference. It's that clear. On camera, it does look a little too similar, but like right here, like notice the word Nintendo, it's more acrylic and more fine print, but the one at the top for Prize Spec Series 1 is more blurry and little like spongy. Like, it's just not really clear to read. I have to really like change the angle. Like, look, like which one's easier to read? You can tell the bottom is more fine, and that's Series 2. That's the main difference. In my opinion, that determines which set is older. So, guys, if you bought some of these in slabs, make sure you're buying the actual Prize Spec Series 1 and make sure you're buying the actual Prize Series 2, whichever card it might be. You don't want to be fooled in saying you think you're getting a certain product. Like I said, I don't even think the grading card companies know this, but this is a significant difference here. And I can't tell you enough. Once you hold these in your hand and you see the difference, it's a noticeable difference. Like I said, it's very comparable to Shadowless and Base Set Unlimited. So that's the main thing. So the argument is, yes, Prize Spec Series 1 was printed first. Prize Spec Series 2 was printed second. Prize Spec Series 2 is going for more. Is that because people didn't notice that difference right here? Or do people just not care? In my opinion, I'll hold these up again. And look, I can shuffle these around. I'll know which is which. You can tell the top is Prize Spec Series 1 and the bottom is Prize Spec Series 2, simply because the font is more fine in print and versus smudging and blurry. That's it, guys. That's all I got. I really think this makes a big difference for value-wise. Like I said, Prize Spec Series 2 is going for about $5 or $6 more. Gengar VMAX is popular, yeah. I think Prize Spec Series 1 is worth more. And now you can tell the significant difference between which one is 1 and which one's 2. This is big. And this is going to get something that's going to be talked about and so forth. But took a little bit of experimenting, and I don't think anyone ever pointed this out here. But guys, whether it is from Prize Spec Series 1 or Series 2, these cards will be extremely valuable and rare in the future. I can't stress this enough. Pick these up in sealed products. Pick these up in singles. Grab them. Even if they're in 9s, grab them. That's all I got. Love the hobby. It's healthy. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who I am, subscribe to the channel. I'm the Pole Father. And as always, it only takes one. Take care.